Hey, Janet, how you doing? Antoinette, good to see you. Happy Friday. Good to see Tracy
Hey
on with
Janet, how
us.
you doing? Antoinette, good to see you.
Um, Angela, Katie, good evening to you. Shauna is on with us. Thank you, Shauna, for joining us. Let's see, Shauna. Um, Miss Fabrice is on. And Brenda says it is Forgiven Friday. So good to see you. Brenda Jackson Brown. David, good Friday to you. Selma, good evening to you. Maria, good evening. Dennis, yo, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Tim Delaney, good to see you. Yolanda, hello, good to see you. And it's good to see Mrs. Renee Queen on. Good evening to you. Glad to have you. Hey, Brother Trey, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. The awesome Ann Allen Westbrook is on with us. And it's always a pleasure to have her on. Of course, um, Laura Smith, all the way uh, from um, Pennsylvania, is on with us. And so, as you know, she is a part of our Friday Night Live family. So we're always very happy to see her. Sarah Stevens is on. Good to see you, Sarah. Thanks for joining us. Dr. Maxine Bryant, who is always doing great work in our community. We're always happy to see her. Thank you for joining us as well. Getting this together. Marjorie Young is back from Albuquerque. So we're glad to have you back as well. Sharon is on with us. Sharon, thank you for joining us. Elder Flossie, good to see you. Happy New Year to you. E. Joyce Paris is on. Felicia Roberts, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. And Kenneth, thank you so much. We'll talk a little bit about that in a little bit. Lala is on. Good to see you. Thank you for all you do. Latasha, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Angelia, good evening to you. Glad to see you on. Ethel is saying hello from the Highlands, and we love the Highlands folks. Tracy is on from Riverdale, Georgia. Good to see you, Clayton County. Kenneth is right here with us. And Andrea Lynn Allen Hargrove is on with us. Hello. And guess what? C. Nicole is on time. So we're happy about that. Patricia, thank you for joining us. Michelle says her heat is back on. And turn the heat back on. Oh, I know, right? Marjorie, thank you so much as well. And Monica says hello from cold Atlanta. And it was beautiful and warm in Savannah last week. Patty, hello, good to see you. Patricia, good to see you. Thank you so much. Denise, hello. Happy New Year to you. Alexander is on. And Christiana, Judge Walmsley did an awesome job. And so we'll talk a little bit more about that in a little bit. And the great job he did with his professionalism and just certainly just representing us in the Arbery trial. He just carried his duties out, and he did the doggone thing. So we're glad that he's one of ours. Let me see. Wait a minute. There we go. Harry, good to see you, brother. Happy birthday to you. I know you had a birthday not too long ago. Shauna, we'll talk about numbers in just a little bit. Glenda, you've been going hard in the paint for your boy. I appreciate you. People don't read, and we'll talk a little bit about that in a little bit. But Glenda, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Julia is a Savannah native, and so we like that. Marlena is on. Marianne Paldro is on. Dana is on. Elizabetha is new to Savannah. So everybody, y'all show her some love and say hello to her. Patricia, thank you so much. Barbara Kaufman is on. And of course, Ed Beatty is on, and he is setting the atmosphere for us. No hateful comments. And so we'll talk a little bit about that. Shauna, I don't know, the Martin Luther King parade wasn't canceled. And we'll talk a little bit about that. So Karen, good to see you. Loretta is on with us. Joan, thank you so much. Aunt Ollie is on with us. Marcus and Jackie in the house. Sherelle Barnes, you are heartbroken. I know, but they chose to do it. Thank you, Jacqueline. Condolita is on. Cynthia Elaine Jenkins, the Mayor Pro Tem of Noonan, Georgia, is on. Good to see the AAA man himself, Amari Adams. Joanne, good to see you. Linda Kelly is on with us. Adrian is on with us as well. Arnita, good to see you as well. Algar, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Drusilla is on. Nicole is on. Thank you very much. Debbie Williams Walker, Debbie Williams Walker, Debbie Williams Walker. She is in Augusta. Barbara will talk about that in a minute. Janet, good evening to you. Lorraine, good to see you. Asia, I'm sorry I couldn't holler at you today. Brooke from Coffee Bluff Plantation is here. Julia is here with us as well. Mary is on. Hello. Gloria is on with us. And Shauna, you're very, very welcome. Good to see Coach Cassell Bell is on with us as well. And so we know she's not in any football games because football season is over. So we're always glad to see her. Loto, the iconic Loto is on with us as well. Marjorie, thank you very much. Jeff, thank you. Lydia, hey, Dr. Harris, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. And congratulations, congratulations. Cheryl is on with us as well. Miss Annette is on. Good evening. Judy Nixon, good to see you. Margie is on. Selma is on. Chad is on. Tammy, Happy New Year. Good to see you as well. Keith Kimball, hello. Sharon is on from Midway. And Christina Temple is on, and we know why Christina Temple only comes on at certain times of the year. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Kitty, thank you so much. Good to see the awesome Zane Beyond Words as well. Good to see you, Annette. Thank you for joining us. Allison, good to see you, Allison. Thank you. I appreciate you. I love you too, Glenda. And Lorraine says that a Savannah native will be playing in the Georgia game. Happy about that. Go Dogs. Noe Polite is on with us. Rashawn, good to see you, sir. Regina Johnson Jackson. Say that 3 times real fast. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us as well. Jackie is on. Good to see you, John. We got to catch up, brother. Angelia is welcoming him to Savannah. And the Honorable Gabrielle Nelson, the councilwoman from Port Woodworth, Georgia, got sworn in last night. I had the opportunity to be there and see her. She rocked the green sequins last night. And so we'll talk a little bit about that as well. Annette, good to see you as well. Regina says hello. Lisa says hello as well. Shan is on. Dr. Tony Jordan, good to see you, sir. Appreciate that. Georgia is on. Luzetta, there's a bunch of y'all up here. Tiffany, good to see you. And let me see, Sheila is on with us and she is getting in front of me, Sheila. Lydia is on, Artina is on, Camila is on, Cheryl is on, Dr. Heather is on. And we thank Dr. Heather for doing all that she does day in and day out on the front lines. And she will tell you to be vaccinated. She will tell you that. So we appreciate you, Dr. Heather, for all that you do. We do. Let's see, what else? Asia, good. Tiffany as well. Oh, the elevator herself. Katina Paula is on with us as well. And thank you. Yes, Tabitha Roberts does a great job with our young people. Good to see Miss Lucille Jackson, the newly elected president of the Hudson Hill community. So I'm looking forward to opening that center with you. Vanessa, thank you so much for all that you do. Thank you, Julia, as well. Rita is on with us. Norda is on. Happy New Year to you. And so hugs to the awesome Bunny Ware. The Honorable Jeff Brooker is on from Seabright, New Jersey. Good to see you as well. Varnice has joined us all the way from Washington State. What time is it there? Well, it must be about 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock. So good to see you. Helen Bright is on with us. Thank you, Angela Kirkland. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us as well. Lasheen is on. Audrey says hello. And thank you so much, Mariana. I appreciate you. Alan Wright, thank you very much. Anna Walker, hello. Sarita, hello as well. Thank you. Toinette, thank you. Elena, hello. Marianne got her booster yesterday. Hey, LaJoy, LaJoy, I hadn't seen my girl in a minute. So Renee Williams Grant is on with us. Good to see you. Sheila is on with us. Lamarck is on. Thank you. And Lasheen, we'll only open up when it's safe to do so. So, it's only when it's safe to do so. John is on with us as well. Miss Pretty, you were told by a school nurse that I don't know nothing about that. Rich Wimbush, good to see you, brother. Mildred Thorpe is listening. Vernice says it's 5:30 in Washington State. Sheila Bell is on. Good to see you as well. And Dr. Heather says, get vaccinated, get your flu shots and boosters. Healthcare workers sincerely appreciate it. So let's go ahead and do this. Got some things I want to tell you, and then I have a very special guest to start off our new year. So first thing is, if it's Friday in Savannah, during a pandemic, if it's Friday in Savannah and during a pandemic and you have no place that you have to be, then you are here with me. Yes, we have done it again. We are so happy. The first Friday of the year 2022, the first Friday of the year 2022, here we are again, doing this thing all over again. We have made it a whole nother week. And for us to be here, we are celebrating and thanking God for being able to make it another week. The bishop is in the house, Bishop Jacqueline Gilbert Grant. We're not worthy. Good to see Dr. Lewis on as well. And Sister LaWanda Tillman was at Shark Tank. So we'll forgive you. And Naomi Williams is on. So it's good to see you as well. So always good to see all of you. Thank you for joining us. And guess what? Here we are again. We have been doing this now. What are you talking to? Anyway, Jessica, if your private property is damaged by city mowers and you live in the county, then you need to talk to the county. So anyway, 94 weeks. We have been here. 94 weeks. We have been here every Sunday. Miranda, good to see you. 94 weeks. It is the longest entanglement, the longest engagement, the longest entrapment, the longest boo up, the longest situationship on social media. We are all together, and we do have Pastor Thurman Tillman is here as well. Week 94. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. And so we celebrate that we made it another year. We celebrate we made it another week. We celebrate that we made it another day. We celebrate that, and we're happy about that. Okay. And I think that is very, very, very important. 94 weeks. Thank you all so much. We are still here. We're still moving forward. We are still together. 94 weeks. And so we want to do as we always do. The first thing we want you to do is like our page. If you're liking the page, go ahead and like the page. Like the page, like the page, like the page. Like the page. We didn't make 40,000, but we're still working towards 40,000 people we want. And that's what we're working toward. Like the page. Second thing we want you to do, share the page. We are not selfish with our love. We're not selfish with it. We're not selfish with our relationship. We're not selfish with the people who come together and get together. We're not selfish with that, because we recognize everybody needs love. Everybody needs encouragement. Everybody needs strengthening. Everybody needs a smile. That's why this is not a hate zone. and we don't deal with negativity. We just don't. And so, we just don't. This is not the space. This is not the space, and it's not the time. Judy Jones is on with us as well. Audrey is on with us. Lahoma is on with us. So like the page. The next thing we want you to do, as always, we show love to our girl, Tara. And so do like me, Tara Strong. We show love to our girl, Tara. You may know her, you may not know her, or know what challenges she's going through, but we show love to her. Because we love her, and you don't have to know her to love her. We love her. And so we do this to show encouragement. So that's the hashtag Tara Strong, 3 green hearts, and the red heart on the end is our Friday night love for our girl Tara. We are being there supporting her. And we believe prayer works, and we believe well wishes work and positivity work. And so that is what we do. And I thank you all so much for being able to do that. So thank you for showing love to our girl Tara. Next thing I want to talk about, I want to be, and let's be really clear. And I'm only going to, say something. And I see, well, let's talk about our numbers, and then I'll talk about something else. Then I have a really special guest we got to talk tonight. So, let me just show you kind of where we are. And there's some issue going on with the Department of Health. There's some issue, and so therefore they were not able to, for whatever reason, were not able to show whatever it was they wanted to the numbers. We haven't had numbers and now in a couple of days, but I wanted to show you what they were, because I think you have to understand where we are. Ignorance is what kills us. So I want to make sure that we're very clear about what our data is. So I want to take a moment and I want to share with you the data. And I think this will be very helpful to you as we continue to talk. So I want to share the data and show you where we are. And this is for Chatham County, which Savannah is the largest city in. And if you can notice, and if you can look at my my mouse, this is March the 2nd of last year. And if you notice, it went down and then it went up, and it came down and it went up. You see, but it goes up kind of, gradually. It comes down, then it goes up. But look at this one as opposed, look how sharp. This is Omicron, not Amarion. This is Omicron. And you see, it is shot straight up. And if you look, this is the highest point at which we have been, 7-day rolling average of 412. And we believe it's higher than that. That's what our highest average, here, ever since March 27th of last year. All right. Then our community transmission index on December the 21st, we were at 132. Anything over 100 is high. So on December 21st, we were at 132. And you see what happened? And now we're at 1,264. So from the Christmas Eve, we were 165. And here we are now at 1,264. And again, that's as of January the 5th. So we really believe that we're higher, much higher than that. Okay. If you look, this just shows you what we were talking about from June 15th of last year. You see it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. But look how sharp this index is, how sharp it's gone up. And that's Omicron. We believe that Omicron is more contagious, although the duration is not as long, particularly for people who are vaccinated and boosted. Our percentage of positive tests, again, we were in the green on December the 10th. December the 17th, we were in the green. We were in the yellow on December the 24th, Christmas Eve. The end of the year, we were at 26 in the red, which is high. Anything over the 10% is high. And if you look here, these are our hospitalizations. The yellow is Memorial Health. The blue is St. Joseph's Candler. The green is the St. Joseph's, and the green is Candler. If you look here, where we are, and again, this is of January 7th. This is actually pretty accurate. We have 44 people in Memorial Health with COVID, 20 people in St. Joe's, and in Candler we have 21. So our numbers are clearly going up as well. And I wanted to show you that because I wanted you to clearly understand the situation that we find ourselves in. Again, not to scare you, but to make sure that you have the most up-to-date information. You know, we have to make sure people are very clear about what is going on with that. Okay, so I wanted you to understand it, and that's the first part. The second thing I wanted to talk about and make sure we're clear, because I get blamed for everything. I mean, if it rains, people blame me for this. And I mean, you know, people are going to believe and do and say what they want to do. Today, I received this, and I'm going to show it to you so that you can see that you saw it. I received this today. And I want to read it so that everybody can say they saw it. This says, and it was an MLK parade press release. And it reads as follows. The board of directors and the members of the parade committee of the Observance Day Association met on the evening of January the 6th, 2022, regarding the parade in honor of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., scheduled for January the 17th, 2022 in Savannah, Georgia. The question at hand was whether to conduct this year's parade. The major points of review were as follows. The Observance Day Association Incorporated was unable to produce a parade in 2021 due to COVID-19 restrictions. The parade is among the most highly anticipated events in the Savannah community from year to year. Having a parade will provide a means of outlet for a community that has been in a hunkered down posture for 2 years. The Omicron variant of COVID-19 is highly transmissible even among those who have been vaccinated and have had booster shots. Even though the parade will be an outdoors event, the proximity of those watching the parade raises the potential of becoming a super spreader event. The health and welfare of the citizens of Savannah and Chatham County, the volunteers that stage the parade, and the participants in the parade far outweigh any benefits the parade might provide. After careful consideration, it was decided that we should postpone the parade to a later date. Current parade registrants will be contacted in short order. Plans for the postponed parade will be made public as soon as details become available. And so that is from the Martin Luther King Observance Day Committee. So I'm gonna say this just one time. I did not cancel any parade. As a matter of fact, I was scheduled to be in the parade, and I was looking forward to being in the parade. Hey, Monica, good to see you. And unfortunately, they chose not to have it. Now, I understand why they did. I mean, the fact of the matter is, you know, you got volunteers. All these people complaining about the parade didn't put their hands up to help with the parade. They don't realize that this parade, even at 150 units, is a very, very big undertaking, and it takes a lot of people to put it on. I've had no conversations with the MLK parade committee about this other than when they told me they were reducing their numbers to 150. You know, at the end of the day, these are volunteers. And so the volunteers, the MLK Observance Day Association, which hosts the parade, decided they didn't want to host it right now because of the high numbers. And I've just showed you the numbers. I'm not mad at them. I understand. But I didn't cancel any parade. So for those of you who want to say that, that's a lie from the pit of hell. We recognize that sometimes people like lies because the truth is not worth telling. But I didn't cancel anybody's parade. But, you know, I'm disappointed. But I mean, I definitely understand. I understand why they will not want to bring people together. Now, as far as I'm concerned, the MLK parade and the St. Patrick's Day parade are two totally different parades, 2 different months, 2 different points in time. The MLK parade committee decided not to have their parade. Right now, the St. Patrick's Day committee, I think, are deciding to have a parade. They will have to make a decision whether they want to move forward with the parade. That is up to them. They carry out that parade, not the city of Savannah. So, let's stop that type of foolish talk. Or, oh, well, because we canceled MLK or because MLK was postponed, we have to do the same for St. Patrick's Day. I mean, we at some point, we have to elevate our thinking beyond that type of foolishness. In 2020, we had the MLK parade and we did not have the St. Patrick's Day parade. I mean, but as it is right now, we are doing the best we can in the city of Savannah to have events, which is why we have not canceled anything. And again, there are people who are concerned about our health. And so the MLK parade, they're concerned about their health. They're concerned about their health. And so, if you have any questions, then you go ahead and you talk to the MLK parade committee. But, for those of you that want to accuse me for everything that's going wrong in your life, I'm sorry. I had nothing to do with that. And again, I'm glad to hear that they are saying that, well, Ashley, this is what it is. I mean, you have a good night. I'm glad to have you here. But, I want to make sure that people understand and know what the truth is because, the truth is an absolute defense. So just wanted you to know. And again, I just shout out the MLK parade committee because they do this year after year, a very small committee that does a lot of work. And for those of you who want to complain, why don't you volunteer to help the MLK parade committee to help carry it out? I feel good that they're saying they want to be able to do it. So I'm hoping they will pick a date and we can go ahead and have it. I mean, who says we have to have an MLK parade in January? I mean, why can't we have it in May? Why can't we have it in June? So as long as it's safe. So anyway, there we go. So Irish, good to see you as well. And we're all wishing Ashley a very good night. Good night, Ashley. So wanted to talk about those things, want to get to my very, very special guest. And this is someone that is certainly very well known to us and always glad to have him. He's a busy man, but certainly someone who keeps me inspired and hopefully will do the same to you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are glad to have with us our friend and pastor of Overcoming by Faith on the south side of town, Dr. Ricky Temple. And let me get my sound right. Pastor Rick.
Hey.
Happy New Year.
Same to you, sir. How are you?
I am doing well. I feel better. I laid my burdens down. I mean, I talked about our numbers. I wanted to show people where we were. I wanted to tell them that I can't be blamed for everything going wrong in their life. And I mean, MLK committee decided, I found out today, to postpone the parade because of the COVID. I mean, I was looking forward to being in it, but stuff happens and they felt that it was best for the welfare. Again, I get it. I understand given all that is going on with this. I know you lead a very vibrant congregation. Are y'all back in service yet?
No, we are doing it. Well, I tell people we are back, but we're back our way, a new way. Right. We have once a month in-person digital live service and drive-in service and 3 digital. So we're back. We're just doing it a new way, and we're touching people in by the thousands in just a new way. So we're back. We're here
in ways you never have before,
and touching more people, right, and doing it in a way that makes a lot of sense in this environment. You know, I tell people all the time, you got to fight the fight you're in, not the one you want to be in.
That's right.
And sometimes people are pretending you're in a fight. So if you're boxing and you get in the ring and you think it's a boxing match and it's karate and I kick you upside the head, see, then you're mad. Wait, no, this is karate. It's not boxing. So you got to fight. You got to fight the right fight. And with COVID and Omicron and all this, you got to make sure you fight the right fight. So,
and you have to fight the right fight at the right time.
Exactly.
Because I mean, unfortunately, I mean, I hear people saying, well, you didn't cancel the MLK parade in 2020. Well, that was 2020. Well, you didn't cancel the Rock and Roll Marathon in November. Well, that was in November. I mean, I think you have to look at your fight, who's in the ring at that time.
And you have to also understand if you're not personally responsible for it. In other words, if you are the leader and the leaders of that organization who stopped the parade made a decision because they don't want the people that they're responsible for to be sick. Right. The same reason I made the decision about my church. We made a decision because we have lots of people that would keep everybody safe. And I mean, we have 400 volunteers in our church. Right. It's like just the volunteers alone, a whole bunch of people. We don't want anybody to be sick. So I take my hats off to them, and I'll be there whenever they get ready. We sponsor the parade on TOC. I get my stations right, because I've been on more than one station. Right. I get in trouble. I say the wrong call letter, but and so our church sponsors that every year, and at least the advertisement of it. So yeah, I'm glad they did it. I think it's smart. That's my personal opinion.
Well, I think it's smart too. Again, people volunteer, and we don't want people to get sick from their volunteering.
Exactly.
And so, you've always been busy. We know that Omicron is different.
Yeah, it is.
It's highly contagious. People are getting sick that haven't gotten sick before.
Right.
What's been going on with you?
I got it. I caught it. I caught COVID-19. Can
you?
Me, the guy who wears a mask.
The germaphobe, the one that has K95 plus 10 mask.
I don't think I'm a germaphobe, but I am.
You don't play, sir.
I know, I don't play. I'm very serious. And we went on a trip to a place I love. I love New York. I do. I know you're from there, but I love New York. I almost was from New York. My mother had a choice: the LA or New York. And she rode with my aunt to LA, and that's where we ended up staying. So I was that close to being a New Yorker, and God saved me. No. So I grew up in LA, but was born here in Savannah and spent a couple of years of high school here. But by and large, my life was raised in early days in LA, but I then have been back here for 40 years, man. Can you believe it this year? 40 years. But at 63, I'm really excited. I was amazed. I've never had any major issues. I'm really healthy. Man, I caught it. We got back from our 41st wedding anniversary, and we had a great trip. It was wonderful. I wore my mask.
Shouts out to Miss Diane, who I'm sure somewhere. Did you send her up to the room and tell her?
No, she's upstairs, man. She's okay. With us though. She's there. She's there. My girl is right there.
And Christina Temple is on. See, the only time Christina Temple comes on is when her dad comes on. So I know, it's getting ready to go down.
No, she's just quiet sometimes. She's there, but she's just quiet. I'm gonna speak for my girl now. She's quiet sometimes. She's a big fan of yours. And let me just say this. I think one of the things that real quick about how I got it. I don't know how I got it. I don't know. I mean, I wore my mask everywhere, did everything you're supposed to do. I have a new saying now, because I have a lot of people who caught COVID, right? And I'd always say, how did you get it? Who gave it to you, right? And here's what I say now. If you're in a firefight and the bullets flying everywhere, you ask the question, who shot me? The guy who saw me.
Right.
It's a fight, right? It's a war. But I was vaccinated, fully vaccinated. I mean, boosted and all. And I had probably a sore throat for like 2 minutes and a cough. Now I didn't even have a cough. A runny nose for about half a minute. I really was fine. I was exercising every day. I just made it 7-8 days of planning and strategizing for the future. New budgets, new investment accounts. I found ways. I did all kind of great stuff.
Did Diane catch it?
No.
Wait a minute, hold on. Y'all were together. And you caught it.
I caught it. Didn't. Yes, that's right.
Wow.
And I am I'm a big tester guy, so I made sure I had tests. So I'm fine. I'm solid. But yeah, it was powerful, man. She felt so bad. But I love my girl. We had a great time. We talked about it the other day. I'm going back to New York. I love New York. New York is strict, man. Let me tell you.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
You can't go to a restaurant without proving you're vaccinated. You have to show your proof of vaccination. You can't go into any of the shows. We did all that. We had a great time. We had a great time. I was there. You don't know this. I was there.
I know.
Made his shot. I got it on video. I was there, man, real close too. It was great. But I had my mask. I did all I could. So I felt like I was around a bunch of vaccinated people, but this thing is a little more contagious. So bottom line is we're in the fight. I came out okay because I was vaccinated, because I did what I was supposed to do. So I feel, you do what you can. And then when I came home, I quarantined right away, called my doctor, made sure everything was safe and everything was cool. So I came through it fine, but I am a big fan of vaccinations. We have some today at the church for kids and adults. And I think everybody needs to get vaccinated and stop giving these reasons why you shouldn't. And don't use the Bible to say you're waiting on the Lord. You need to go get shot.
What about the Lord is a fence around me? He protects me.
That's the misuse of the Bible. The Bible says in Matthew 25, use the talents you've been given. You're supposed to use every talent you've been given. Everything that God gave you to use it. Whatever you find your hands to do it with all your might. There's a lot of verses in the Bible that talk about personal responsibility. I am responsible to brush my teeth so my teeth don't fall out. I'm responsible to comb my hair. I'm responsible to clean my house. I'm responsible. Those are my responsibilities. Anything that I can do, I need to do. It's really funny to me because I have traveled all over the world. I mean, and when I go to Indonesia, Asia, all these places I go, I had to get vaccinated. And I never questioned them. I think I have 13 vaccinations. I counted them up the other day. 13. This is 14, 15, 16 now.
Right.
And I never questioned it. All of a sudden, people are doctors and they got all these questions. But if you still try to go overseas, you're going to have to get vaccinated. That's part of the rule to get in certain places. Yellow fever, typhoid, places like you can't get in some of these countries. And it's foolish to go without those vaccinations. So I just think that, using the Bible to say that you trust in the Lord and God to make a way and he's your healer. No, he didn't promise you that you could put yourself at risk and then claim healing. That's just not true. I think you should use every tool you have at your disposal to keep yourself healthy.
Well, Pastor Rick, I mean, for all of us, and I mean, again, I think, there's also a weariness. Mm-hmm. It looked like we were emerging from this. And then now here is Omicron, and now they're talking about Lambda. Last time you came on, we talked about being weary, just emotionally and mentally of all of this, of all of the changes that we've had to go through, all the restrictions we had to endure. What would be your advice for just people who are just COVID weary? They just had enough. I mean, I've seen some people say, you know what? I'm so sick of this. If I'm gonna live, I'm gonna go ahead and live. And if I get sick, I just get sick.
Well, I mean, that's not wise. I mean, you might not survive. And I have too much responsibility and too many people that count on me for me to give up like that. I'm not gonna be suicidal. And then in the name of tired or fatigued, the Bible said, be not weary in well-doing. I mean, I think if it's right, do it and keep doing it. There's something dangerous about making light of something that's serious. It's so funny. We talk about, all the things we should fight for. You should fight for your life. The reason we're in this is because everybody didn't fight together. And it's not until we all fight together that we can resolve this. And I think the more we do, the better we're going to be. I knew that Thanksgiving, Christmas was going to be like this. I mean, a lot of people predicted it. And so I'm not surprised by it. But I think that we hopefully will learn from this, and more people get vaccinated, more people will be cautious, wear your mask, be safe, and don't act like it's over, because it's not over. I love this little saying. If it's a 10-round fight and you fight for 3 rounds, you get beat up the last 7.
Right.
So people stop fighting after 3-4 rounds. You can't. It's a 10-round fight. And so, tighten up, do what you can. We got to keep living. We got to keep working. Everybody's got to keep doing what they do. But I think you can be more conscious, aware, wear your mask, try to be protective of yourself and others. And if you get it, stay secluded until, like I did, until it's over, and then go back out. I made sure I stayed away from everybody.
Even Diane?
I stayed away, man. It was hard. It was hard.
For 10 days?
Yes, 7, 8 days. Yeah, almost.
Yeah,
Yeah, 10, well, longer because she left town. She left town. She had to go see my grandbaby.
She
So
left you?
well, no, they don't say it like that now. I told her to go, baby. I'm fine. I'm fine. Because we were planning on going to see, our grandbaby Ricky and all those, and I said no, I'm fine, and I'm fine. I was fine. So she went, and so it was about 10 12 days before we saw each other. Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's part of. But my point was, I had to make sure that I cared for them
Right.
in quarantine and did the right thing. So it all turned out fine, and we're all happy, and the world is a good place.
And it is. I think you have to strike a balance. I mean, I think that, and what I've been saying is that mask, for what it is worth, um, it allows freedom. It allows you to go places and do things that you may not ordinarily do.
You mean if you're vaccinated, you mean?
Of course. Absolutely vaccinated and boosted.
Mhm.
I hate needles. People know that, but like you said, when I've been to Africa, I've been to China, I had to be vaccinated. I mean, and it's never been a deal. I mean, if I wanted to go, then I had to get it done. And in this case, the science is absolutely clear that those that are not vaccinated, and now those that are not boosted, have a more difficult time with the virus than people who are.
Yeah, I'm boosted, and I mean, honestly, I really went through without any problems. Of course, I didn't want to be infectious, so I stayed away from everybody. But yeah, I agree. I think if we all rise to the occasion, we make a big difference in this whole season we're in.
See, and so we have to not get weary. Again, and it is, you get tired. You just get tired. We've been blessed with some really, really wonderful weather. And it just seems like that COVID is going to be with us. Actually, it's been with us. We just really known about it, and it'll be with us in some variation. We just have to figure out how to manage our best ways through it.
I think a lot of it, Mr. Mayor, is about being mature too. I have a house, and somebody, my lawn guy said, there's some shingles that came off of your house during this last wind thing. I said, well, okay. I called the roof guy to come look at it. That's part of owning a house. Right. There are times when my schedule is pretty engaging. That's part of being who I am and my responsibilities. Having a staff. There are a lot of things that wear you out in life. There are a lot of things that are fatiguing, but maturity says I have to rise up and deal with this. And the more mature I am, the better I'll deal with it. Running from stuff is not going to make anything go away. No. If you're in school, it's about doing the homework. It's about studying the certain number of hours you need, getting the papers done. And there's something about meeting deadlines. Those are things that come with adulting. And you have to be an adult person to deal with this virus. It's not going away tomorrow. So we have to all be adults. We have to all be mature. And we have to say, this is my responsibility. When you live in a house, it's my responsibility to make up my side of the bed. Down I have a tradition. You get up, she makes the first side, I make up my side. Whoever we have this thing we do. It's really cool. And we always kind of help each other. I'm a big cleanup guy, right? So there's certain things that I do, and there's certain things that she does, and that's called adulting. And I think that's what this is. We're not being mature if we think this has gone away with all these people who've died. And I think what this does is it shows us where we are. It shows us that we haven't done as good a job, I think, in church, if I can be specific, in the way we taught people to think. I think we taught people to think in fantasy land sometimes, in the name of faith, in the name of confidence, in the name of God's going to help me. And you're not doing your part. I think you have a part that you have to do. You have to make sure that you take care of yourself and you care about other people. I think a lot of times the way we gather is not wise. Some churches are gathering and they're not taking any precautions. They're singing and doing what they do without any regard for the security of the people that are in the room. And I think that's unfortunate. I just spoke to a bunch of guys in LA today. I won't say their name, but they're all big churches, like big churches. And they're closing down for the next month, next couple of weeks, because they're concerned about this Omicron thing. It's spreading like wildfire in LA. It's spreading all over the place. And so Texas, New York, a lot of places. So some guys are saying, well, let's go back to virtual. Let's back up the train just a little bit give us a chance to kind of get a handle on this. And then maybe when we come back in, we'll start rules like having masks. Our medical people said we should wear a mask, that we shouldn't all be in there singing and acting like there's nothing to it. I love the Lord too, but I believe that there is a responsibility I have to protect the right at 3,000 active members in my church. I have a responsibility to protect them and to not create an environment that's not safe for them. And I think if they're in the room and they're all singing and they got a mask on and they're in this Omicron environment, I think that's risky. Now, that may not be popular, but that's exactly how I see it. That's why we're not meeting the way we were meeting, but we will, and we're reaching as many people and more people. So,
I love the Lord too. Yeah. I don't want to see him today or tomorrow. Yeah. I want to see him, just not now.
Yeah.
And I just think as you said, we have to exercise some maturity. But part of that is, we have to also follow the science. I mean, divinity is your thing. So I don't do your thing because that's something that you've studied and you've worked at for years and years and years. And it just amazes me of how many people have all of a sudden become medical doctors, I guess from the University of Facebook or the University of social media, that now have all of these things to be able to say. And you have people that are trained doctors, people who have actually are living in this life every single day. And again, we take their advice because that's what we do. So all of a sudden we can go to the doctor for a physical, but we can't trust them when it comes to how to protect ourselves every single day.
Well, I think sometimes people get confused and they think, for example, divinity and science are a conflict. Right. And they're not. God created science, in my opinion, from my faith. I believe that there's nothing wrong. I think that one of the tragedies, there's a book I mentioned the last time I was on with you called You Lost Me by Kitterman. And he said that, people don't believe that church people, religious people like me, care about science. Matter of fact, he has a whole chapter called Anti-Science in that book, You Lost Me. And I read it again the other day. I thought, what an amazing indictment that somehow we've convinced people that we don't believe what goes up comes down, that we don't believe in the law of gravity, that we don't believe in the simple laws that God created. That's how I see it. And I think one of the things that's tragic is that gets into our reasoning and our thinking and the way we make decisions. So I make a foolish decision to spend all my money, then turn around and say, well, God's gonna give me money. I make a foolish decision to cuss out my husband, cuss out my wife, and then think they're gonna stay. I think I make a foolish decision. They're foolish decisions we make in the name of faith that it got nothing to do with faith. It's just not being wise, not being mature. And I think that in regards to this disease, a lot of us just have not been mature. We've not made good decisions. And the result is thousands of people have died that didn't have to die. And it's because we use faith and scripture out of context to justify it. And I think it's unhealthy and unwise.
And then you also have, and I think people don't recognize the fact that their decisions affect other people.
Yeah.
We have people that work in the healthcare field, doctors and nurses and techs. Yeah. And so when you make those decisions and you get sick, all of a sudden you're in a hospital, you're in an emergency room. Now you're putting them at risk. And, and we have to be concerned about them as well. These folks cannot catch a break. They have lived this. I mean, could you imagine for those of us that are in the healthcare field, I mean, for 2 years, your life every single day has been crisis every single day. You can hardly take off, and then people get sick, and then you have to work, and you're concerned about what you bring home to your family. I mean, I just don't get that.
I think that's what happened. I'm so amazed at this season. All I can say is I didn't know. I didn't know people would be this insensitive. I didn't know people wouldn't fight together. I didn't know. I was naive in my assumptions. And I'm now facing the fact that sometimes in the way we've oriented our children, when you see kids act up in the mall, and you know what you say? Their mama and daddy didn't do a good job. Something wrong, because you could have fixed that at home, right? Here we are in a tragedy. We all should be fighting together. Instead, we're making all these speeches, you're acting all these ways, believing stuff that's not even true. And I'm saying to even politically, I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Now that's a lie. Now come on, people, you saw that, right? I mean, I'm just thinking, January 6th just happened. It's like, give me a break. Come on, you saw it. Yeah, this is not good. Not good. They shouldn't have done that. But somehow we have this inability, and that's because we didn't raise our children right. And I think we have to go back and say, let's do a better job. Let's be honest. Let's tell the truth, because that's the only thing that's going to keep us free. And so I really hate to see this, but in many ways, it's better that we see it now, because there are going to be more disasters that come down the road, and we've got to find a way to fight together. We cannot live in this divisive, I'm against you, you against me, and all that foolishness. That doesn't work. And it weakens our nation, it weakens our economy, and it is just dangerous for the future. It's not a good thing to do at all for any of us.
But during this season, I have seen some remarkable things.
Yeah.
I know for myself, I've spent more time home in the last 2 years than I've spent in the last 23 before it. People have rediscovered their families. They've rediscovered hobbies. They have strategized in ways they never have before. They have thought about their future. They have found new things to do. They've cleaned up and decluttered their lives. They've written books. They've started businesses. It's almost like, even in the midst of what would easily be considered very difficult circumstances, a forest fire. Mm-hmm. Underneath, you have new growth coming up, and people are emerging battered, but better than they were before. And I guess my fear is that people, for worrying about the forest fire as much, that they don't also understand the opportunities for growth and the opportunities to emerge from this better, because you're kind of in a cocoon. You can't really be out where you want to be, and you have to stay closer to home, and your travel plans have been kind of jacked up. What are your thoughts?
I'm better now than I was prior to COVID. Our church is better in a lot of ways. Economically better, which is amazing to say. Better off in a number of ways. Better off in our awareness of what we're doing or not doing right. Better off in our self-image. My staff has been working from home for about 2 years now, and they're doing a great job. I found a new way to work people. We have like 45, I think we just hired 3 or 4 people. So we got like 45 people on payroll. It's amazing how we have found ways to work people, get things done, our part-time, our full-time, all the different levels of tiers of staff that we have, the media, all the people we have, they have been incredible. We discovered that people will work if you give them an opportunity. We discovered that you can do things you never did before. I'm better. I'm more rested. Man, I am not tired. I found a new Ricky. Do not fool yourself. I is happy. Excuse my grammar. But I've been fine, and my wife and I were fine. Our life is good. But I'm telling you, I needed to back up the train a bit. And right. I think this is an opportunity to do that. Talk about cleaned out the garage. Look, my garage is nice. You like my garage? It's neat. I had all my stuff in nice bins. Man, I threw away so much stuff, and I have really spent a lot of time thinking about my future, planning for the church, planning for my family, and I've gotten to know Ricky. So I think you're right. You can take this time and make it positive, and that's what I've tried to do.
And finally, even, and I don't know if you heard earlier before, we have become, I sense, people just being mean. And then one of the things I've said that I want to do when I talk about adding seats to the table is to add the seats of kindness to the table as well. And, do you sense that? Even here on our, folks have just become so polarized and so just mean-spirited.
I don't know what they're saying, but it's all good. People lie on me all the time. It's part of their job. They
lie on you
all the time. It's amazing. They say that I asked for your W-2 form. Liar, liar, pants on fire. I've never asked for anybody's W-2 form. I would never do that. I wouldn't even go to that church. Right. They say all kinds of stuff. But the bottom line is this. Here's the deal. I understand. I laugh at it, really. I really do. One lady got really mad with me. She says, I don't like you, Ricky Temple, because you named the church after yourself, Ricky's Temple. You know, that's one of my favorites of all time.
Don't tell me you laughed in front of her.
No, I said, ma'am, I showed her my license. That's my name. You know, I like
Ricky's Temple.
Right. So here's what I think. I like people.
Right.
Even if they don't like me. I do. Right. I really do. I really do. But I understand that, you know, like, for example, I saw a little criticism of you earlier. It's okay. That's part of the job. People have moments when I would have thought you canceled it. I would have said, did he cancel? Did he cancel? We think you do everything, you know, but when you get to know the mayors, like you have gotten to know, and I've gotten to know over the years, I've known the last several mayors personally, I know they're not supermen. I know that they don't have all power. Our system in this city is not designed that way. You know, right. It's very different than people realize. And then they don't pay you much. I would triple your salary. That's me. But they don't pay you much. You shouldn't, this ain't a job you go to. Let me tell you now, this ain't a job you get if you want to get rich. It's not about that at all. I wondered why you wanted to do it. Remember, you tried to told me you was going to do it.
We had that conversation.
Yes, I said, hey, you show they don't pay. They don't pay much. It's a charity, almost a charity job. But I say, I mean, it really is. Anyway, but I personally think we underpay all of our officials. But the reality is, there is a way that people have to vent, and I let them vent. Say what you want to say. Call me names. It's all good. I still love you. Because the bigger picture is, that's why I'm a leader, because I can look over your foolishness. I can look over your childishness. That's why God put me here. He put me here because I can love you when you're not fair. That's not fair to say that. Why are you saying that? Why you got to say that? Just watch. You know, just chill out. And I think there are moments when I learn about people when they do vent. Sometimes I've said things that aren't wise. I've had to learn. Maybe something I said tonight wasn't wise. I did my best. But at the end of the day, I love people. And I think if we love each other, love covers a multitude of faults. And that's what I try to do. So it's all good. It's part of the job. They're going to be mean. You have children, they're going to be mean to you. Christina and Ricky was sitting in the back of the car when they talk about me. I said, you know, I can hear y'all back there talking about me. Daddy ought to just let us have some. Why you always got to tell us to spend our money? Why we got to spend our money? Parents ought to spend money on their children. Don't you think so, Christina? Yeah, Ricky. I said, I hear y'all. You're right here in the car. You know.
Look, that's when you pull over to the side and say, "Well, good."
No. You let them keep on riding and let them talk. It's part of parenting, pastoring, leading. I embrace it. Bring it on. It's all good with me.
Well, I've embraced it, but I just said, you know, I don't know how me posting a press release from someone else translates into me canceling a whole parade that other folks decide. That's like people saying, for example, that I canceled church over at Ricky's Temple. I mean, I canceled it. I decided that I canceled. I mean, it's like, you know, at some point, and I guess my challenge is that people will believe a lie sometimes more than they'll believe a truth if lies keeps being repeated. And it's like, really?
But that's
really?
Okay. In our role as public people, and in our role, that comes with the turf. And people have a way of thinking that you're responsible for everything. And in some cases, you are responsible for a lot. They just don't know what you're not responsible for. So right. You taught them something today. So we know, now I know, I won't blame you. Now I'll say, oh, they did it. It's great. And it was
I'm gonna say, oh, it's not Ricky's Temple.
Anyway.
So if you had advice, and this is the real finally, because I really appreciate you joining us. So if you had advice for a new year, what would that be for our folks?
I would say fight the fight you're in. Be honest about the fight you're in and do what you need to do to protect yourself. And then dream. You know, I told my staff, plan everything, go after everything, but just plan it wisely. You know, and I think you have to have confidence in the future. have confidence in yourself, and give people a break. You know, people are trying to adapt to the season, give them some space and time, and just be happy. I like being happy. I like getting excited about life. Plan a trip. You know, you may not can go today, but plan a trip, plan something in the future, and get excited about it, because life is exciting if you make it exciting. And so, you know, sometimes when you're doing television stuff, you know, they say, turn up the gas. Because if you just do one of those little commercials, because, hi, this is Pastor Rick. I'm glad to be here.
Right.
They say, cut, turn up the gas. Hi, this is Pastor Rick. That's what they mean.
Right.
Turn up the gas in your life. Turn up the gas. Get excited about your future and act like you really are glad to be here. This is a great country, great city. Savannah was voted one of the top cities, man. I think, wow.
Top 100, Time Magazine, top 100 in the world. The world.
Everywhere I go, people say, where you from, Savannah? Oh my God, I hear that all the time, man. And so I think it's exciting to be here, and we're going to get through this together. We're going to be excited about life, and we're going to exercise, eat right, stay in shape, and be happy people. Amen.
We're going to, and I've told people, you know, again, be big, plan big. You know, you plant before the good weather comes, and so this is the opportunity to be able to do that. Told a friend of mine, I said, you always wanted to have this business. Plan your next step, get it going, and you have to get a business license, get incorporated. So set the infrastructure in place, so when it's time, you're able to do that. You want to take that big trip, get a passport.
There you go.
It takes a long time. Get your passport.
Yeah.
Get that stuff done. And so I think that's great advice. And you know, I'm gonna try to clean out my garage. I think you've inspired me to clean out my garage.
You feel delivered.
I can't seem to figure. I guess my issue is I can't seem to figure out, and you probably would make me sick with this. I can't seem to figure out what to throw out. So I'll go through and I'll say, oh, this is this. Okay, this is really nice. But I might need this again. So I'm gonna go ahead. So I move it from one side of the garage to the other side of the garage. And in the end, I mean, I have clothes that I just don't think I'm gonna wear again, but I'm like, it might come back in style. And if it does, I wanna be ready when it comes back in style.
All right, let me help you with that. First of all, you need a Diane in your life, because Diane throws away everything. That's the real thing.
Oh, Lord.
She throws away, she tosses it. And let me tell you the bottom line, the best thing I've learned. Be honest about, am I going to use this anytime in the near future? And then give it away so somebody else can enjoy it. See it as a charity opportunity, a chance to sow something or give something to somebody else. And so a lot of the clothes, I gave away a bunch of suits, I gave away a bunch of shoes, clothes, stuff that I felt I could not wear. And some things were really nice, you know. I almost gave this jacket away, but I pulled it out. But there's some things that I discovered I can give to other people. So make it a statement about helping others. And I mean, I gave away, 90% of the stuff I had, I gave it away. I gave away a lot of stuff.
90% of the stuff?
90% of the stuff that I had, I gave it all. My garage is almost empty. I gave it all away. And even my closets, I went in and stuff I'm not going to wear, clothes I'm never going to wear, shirts I'm never going to wear. Some of it still had tags on it, but I gave it away. And some of them I gave to Savannah State, because they have a whole area that brand new stuff. I gave some stuff to Goodwill. I gave stuff to, there's a group that comes by and pick up your stuff. I called them and they came and picked up stuff, and they gave it to charities. But I gave away equipment, videos, all kinds of TVs, things that I was not going to use, and I feel better. Because here's what I know is going to happen. If I do funerals, if you die with all that stuff, your kids are going to back a truck up, and and your family going to come down from New York. They're going to back up truck up, and they're going to throw it away, and you get no value out of it. I'd rather give it away while I'm living.
Well, Allison Cook Cole says, Sister Diane is like her mom. She throws away everything.
Yeah, but that is real neat though. So that's why she don't have a lot of clutter. And we don't have a lot of clutter in our home. We're very, very, very frugal about that. And it feels better.
I'm going to try. I am going to try. I have a closet literally full of CDs. I mean, I have another closet full of DVDs.
Give them away.
I still have a good number of VHS left. Don't judge me.
Oh my God.
Don't judge me. Don't judge me. And cassette tapes.
Wow, I gave all that away.
Well, the
I
reason
had all
why,
that.
but the reason why was because, I used to make my own DVD, my own cassette tapes. I used to listen to the radio for hours waiting for that song to come on. And I would, that's the song, and then push, play and record. And it took me all that time to make, I mean, I'm having like loss and separation issues, getting rid of those hours of work. So I am going to try my best this year to be able to get rid of all that stuff.
Sometimes you need somebody to help you. Christina and Diane both had to chip in with me at certain seasons to help out, and we got rid of a bunch of stuff. And I'm telling you, think of it as something you're doing for the family in the future. Because when something happens, they're going to throw it all away. So I just knew that, especially Ricky Jr. RJ Temple is especially him. So I just decided to do it for my kids so they won't have to deal with all that. So
Bishop Jackie Gilbert Grant says throw that stuff away, but she won't throw away a pair of shoes or a hat or a pocketbook. But yet she won't sit there and tell me throw that stuff away. When Bishop Grant gives away, if she gives away 20 pairs of shoes, I mean, I will do a bonfire in my front yard.
Are we talking about Bishop Jackie Gilbert? Is that what you just said?
Huh?
Did you say Bishop Jackie Gilbert? Is that what you said?
I did.
I am not on his side. Okay, I'm with you. Okay? I want you to know that. Sister Gilbert, I am not with him in this. Okay, so that's him harassing you. I like you, known you for years. Okay, so we're cool. So he's on his own with that one. You keep your shoes. Okay. He needs to get rid of his stuff.
Pastor Ricky Temple, Overcoming by Faith Church. Why don't you go ahead and just tell everybody how to find you? Again, I just really appreciate you giving up time. How can people reach you?
I'm easy to find. If you just go to rickytemple.com, my name, RICKY temple.com. I'm easy to find. That'll link you to the church and everything else. We're real easy. Google my name, Ricky Temple. It's all simple, real easy to find. And we have a really cool app that you can download on your app store, Overcoming by Faith Ministries app, Overcoming by Faith Ministries app. We got kids programs. We have something for kids. We kept a program for kids through this whole process. We started something new called, we're doing for kids that, when kids go into, oh my goodness, when they get COVID, they have to be isolated from their families. So we're putting together a 10-day program for kids that are isolated. I've had kids in my church that be isolated. Wow. And I call them and talk to them. The pastor calls them. It's really important. So we have a lot of great kids stuff on our website, kids programs every week. We do 2 kids programs a week. We do all kinds of stuff. So you can find me easy, find us easy, real easy.
And I do want to shout out my brother, Michael O'Neill, who told me to digitize my music. I had to find time. Bishop Gilbert, Jackie Gilbert Grant says, thank you, Pastor Rick. E. Joyce Parrish says she's enjoyed you. And to everybody, what a great way to start our new year. Pastor Thurman Tillman says, please check your health insurance coverage before January the 15th. There are great savings through the American Care Act. So that's a great thing. And Pastor Tillman, if you can get with me and we'll post something about that. The awesome and phenomenal Lori Jones Lewis says she loves you. Thank you as well. And of course, Christina Temple has taken over my timeline, throwing up, she says she's throwing up Ricky's Temple. You are going to hear that again.
Lord help me.
But this is going to be a great year. We believe you speak things as they were. And so we will speak into existence that this will be a year that will surpass people's expectations. Great things that happen in their lives. They will have financial blessings. More importantly, they'll have health, and they'll have wealth, and they'll have strength, and they'll have peace. And people will be kind to them, and they will receive kindness because they find it worthy to give kindness. So what a great way to start our new year, Pastor Rick. Thank you so much. And thank you, Diane, for allowing him to be there. And thank you for staying upstairs. I'm sure she's in the room somewhere, oh, let me just get on here. So we appreciate that. And Margarita says she still keeps her Super 8 movies. Now that's a little deeper than the VHS Super
Yeah,
8.
right.
Yeah. We need some therapy. I'm gonna get somebody to help us to declutter our lives. So, Pastor Rick, thank you so much. We appreciate you. And to everybody, thank you for joining us on Friday Night Live. We have done this. This is week number 94. 659 days we have been together. We can't stop. I don't know what's wrong with us. We can't stop. We just do it every Friday. And I just look forward and I'm encouraged by all of you. Thank you so much. And again, we will see you next week. Lord willing, next Friday, we'll do it all over again.
We love you. We love you, Mr. Mayor. You're a great gift to all of us.
Thank you. God bless. Thank you so much. Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.